Hi, it's Ra, Rishi Kavi, Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology, here to give the astrological forecast for Wednesday, March 25th, 2026. Well, I believe this is the anniversary of the fall of Sauron in Middle-earth, so happy end of the Third Age. Today is one of those days where there's liable to be a lot of news. It has a lot of powerful astrology in it. Let me explain. The sun today is at 5 degrees of dynamic and impetuous, fire sign Aries, and early in the morning, during the pre-dawn hours, it exactly conjoins Saturn, the planet of discipline and structure. Mastery and accomplishment on the positive side of things, but also frustration and restriction negatively. Saturn is a big player astrologically, and when the sun conjoins Saturn, it is always an important day. That occurs during the pre-dawn hours, 1:55 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 4:55 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 9:55 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time, so pre-dawn unless you're in Europe. Also, during the pre-dawn hours, the moon changes signs. It moves from the air sign of Gemini into the ultra-sensitive, often moody, but generally nurturing water sign of Cancer. And that, of course, is the moon's home sign, so it is in its potency when the moon is in Cancer. That occurs 3:33 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 6:33 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 11:33 p.m. a.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Almost immediately, the moon makes a hard square, 90-degree angle to Neptune, the planet of dreams and visions, from 1 degree, late 1 degree of Cancer, to Neptune at late 1 degree of Aries, which is pretty foggy. So, if we're not asleep, we might as well be. 6:53 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 9:53 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 2:53 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then the sun makes another big aspect, in that the sun is at 5 degrees of Aries, making a harmonious 60-degree sextile, smooth angle to Pluto, the lord of concentrated power, at 5 degrees of Aquarius. Now, that is a big deal because Pluto is power per se. Sun sextile Pluto, expect some big headlines today. This is because Pluto is power, plutocrats are in power, and so, yeah, big headlines today. 11:16 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 2:16 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 7:16 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Very shortly thereafter, the moon makes a hard square, 90-degree angle from 5 degrees of Cancer to Saturn at 5 degrees of Aries, which is not fun and could be very frustrating. 11:39 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 2:39 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 7:39 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. Just a half hour later, the moon makes an awkward angle from 5 degrees of Cancer to Pluto at 5 degrees of Aquarius. It's the 150-degree inconjunct angle that I call adapt, adjust, accommodate. So we might have to adapt to the schedule or other things in our life today, right around then. 12:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 3:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 8:13 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And then, just 5 minutes later, comes the waxing quarter moon, where the moon is in a hard 90-degree square to the sun. This is the midpoint between the previous new moon and the upcoming full moon, considered a point of tension. Action is required, but it may require extra effort on our part. The moon at 5 degrees of Cancer to the sun at 5 degrees Aries. 12:18 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time is when that's exact. 3:18 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 8:18 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. I told you there was a lot going on today. Finally, in the evening, the moon at 10 degrees of Cancer makes a harmonious flowing trine to Mercury, planet of communication, at 10 degrees of Pisces. This is nice. So the evening is the best part of the day, where communication is primed here. 8:13 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, 11:13 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and 4:13 a.m. tomorrow Greenwich Mean Time. So let's make it through the day and get to the evening where we can communicate well. I'm Ra, Rishi Kavi Raghudas from Star Presence Astrology. Now, if you'd like to have a personal reading with me, you can book it on my website, starpresence.net. Remember, from the very moment that you're born, you've got star presence. Enjoy today, hey, no matter what.